I do not just think life is meaningful, I know it is meaningful. If you've ever looked up at the sky on a clear night, you'd see so many stars. It'd be so incredible to you that we are floating on a planet through a galaxy right now. And within that galaxy, we are in this universe. And within this universe, we are in a multiverse. And when I go walk through the forest and I see all these geometries, these patterns that keep recurring through everything I see in nature, and I experience gratitude, that real sense of gratitude that is absolutely incredible. And I just know. I know there's something so divine in nature about our existence that you cannot even comprehend it in the cause and effect paradigm. And by the cause and effect paradigm, I mean the tangible world. I think we've been fooled into thinking that life is all that we can see. And the funny thing is that we know humans can only see 0.0035% of the electromagnetic spectrum. We think that things are only real if we can see, taste, touch, smell, and see them. But we know that our perception's lacking. Yet at the same time, we're told that that's it. That's it. All that is what's here. These senses that we can use, that's all there is. But there's this sixth sense. I know it. And that sixth sense is your intuition. It's the radio receptor within us that somehow can comprehend and communicate with all these other complex frequency bands. Now, this sense is absolutely essential to find our fulfillment in life. Without it, your soul weakens. And when your soul weakens, your purpose starts to disintegrate. So then you feel lost. And you're more susceptible to taking commands from the institutions of life. And now you lose your personal power. And when you lose your personal power, or you never found it in the first place, they tell you this is what you're going to do. And you do what they say. You go to a building where you sit at tables and you read a certain pre-decided set of books. And you read them so that you can get this piece of paper. It's a very fancy, special piece of paper. And you get a number. And that number is something you can't touch. But that number decides what other building you get to be a part of, which you're qualified for. This is a qualification number. And that building that you get into is very, very important. It's even more important because it decides where you're going to go after that, what building you're going to get to own based on a different number. And that building that you go to second is this bigger building when it has more tables and it has more pre-decided books with things that you must do. And all these things you must do give you another number and another piece of paper that says what you're qualified for. It says whether you're qualified for a certain expertise. And now you spent all this time doing what they say and not what you love, that you just keep going on with it. So now they say, okay, now it's time for you to pick a job. And what's important is that you pick a job that's going to make you lots of money, because if you do not make lots of money, you will suffer. So now you're at the whim of a job you hate, because if you go against that, you will suffer and you will die. At least that's what they tell you. And it's absurd. Because now you're acting from a fear of pain. You're afraid not only of survival, but you're also now afraid of challenge. And you're afraid that you might not be accepted. Because without acceptance, you experience more pain, the pain of not being accepted. So you go on living a life that's still full of pain, but the difference is now it's a pain for your soul. It's not a pain that you can see, taste, touch, or smell. So now it turns into this chronic feeling of being stuck, lost, confused, and that life is meaningless. So you have to start sensing. And I've felt that before, sensing. I was 14 years old when I had the choice to change myself, my words, my behaviors, my thoughts, and follow the path that was expected of me because I didn't want the pain of rejection. I could feel the little bits of it, that feeling you'd get of shame and unworthiness and I must not be valuable, must not be good enough because all these people are doing this. And if I do what they do, then I will be part of them and I'll get that acceptance, validation. I'll be seen and heard and acknowledged. But I couldn't get myself to do it. Because there was this voice that knew there was something more. And I couldn't put it into words exactly what it was. It was just something that I sensed. It was my intuition calling out. And what I was subtly sensing was my soul's mission whispering to me. And after almost 7 years now, that inkling has transformed into an embodiment, but I'm only a fraction of the way there, because it's ever evolving, ever growing, and the mission is expanding, and I'm starting to read more frequency bands. I always figured that everyone would find that calling in their own time. But I guess it's not normal, I suppose, to question things. Question things in general. It's not a normal thing. Don't ask questions. So I'm a lucky one, I know I'm lucky because I was told, ask questions, ask why. And you have permission to ask questions. In fact, the secret to your deepest fulfillment is to ask questions. Truth is, you've been fooled. And I'm saying this because I'm going to give you permission to let go of the way you thought you had to do this thing called life. Alan Watts gave a speech once where he said, "It's better to live a short life full of what you like doing than to live a long life full of things you do not like doing." Well, likewise, I say it's better to live an odd life full of meaning and fulfillment than to live a conformist life full of things you don't like doing. You are born with a purpose, a mission. It doesn't have to be particularly noble. Nothing spectacular. You don't have to save humanity. In fact, your purpose is actually just about yourself. Your purpose is about becoming fully, completely yourself. The person that you were born to be. Because that person that you were born to be, from basically the instant you entered this world, you're given all these limitations. And all these limitations become barriers and walls that your mission is to break out of. Your purpose is no one thing. It's not just the business. It's not just the relationship. It's all of it. It's you using your unique combination of your past and your future, your soul signature and your body's DNA, to step into an embodiment of your true self. You are the hero of your story, and you are here to embody that, create that, and express it. I think you deserve to live a meaningful life, because I think your soul craves that mission. So we are here to teach you how to step into that.